We in these streets.
Oh man. So let me show you how we do things over here at Three Kings Boxing. Y'all see this right here? Y'all see that right there?
Boy, having a motherfucker, ain't
he? Yeah. Oh, nigga. If you wasn't in the house, goddammit, you missed some sights. And I ain't talking about the fights, niggas.
Yeah, how good? What it look like out there, man?
Nigga. Hey, put it like this. At 50, I take a lot of these niggas bitches.
Man, I'm talking about the fight.
Oh, my bad.
Oh my God, old ass motherfucker, man.
My bad. No, it was dope, man. It was the only thing was, and like I told you, that has a little bit far back, but it was dope. That big ass jumbotron was right over us, man. We could see everything.
Yeah, I don't know. The media section was pretty far back this time, which is kind of weird. You know, they typically put you right there, but nevertheless, you're still on the floor. So
Yes,
it don't matter. That's what's up, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And as always, go to threekingsboxing.com for the latest greatest what's going on in the sport of boxing. Shout out to everybody out there that makes this thing go. And shout out to you guys for supporting us. All right, man. We appreciate y'all. Now, y'all know, see, a lot of times, man, what happens is in the sport of boxing, right? You guys think that there's nothing going on because you might not see it. And it's a lot of shit going on, right? This is why we tell y'all that at the beginning we say that listener discretion is advised, because the reason why we can say what we say is because of what's flashing across your screen right there at the bottom. Unadulterated boxing information. Unbiased, unfiltered.
That's right. Absolutely unbiased.
Right.
A lot of cats get mad that we're not biased. You know what I'm saying? But that's
fucking crazy.
That's a finicky thing though, because if you're biased towards their fighter on Monday, they love you. But if you're biased towards another fighter they hate on Tuesday, they hate you. So why would we even take a side if that's the case? Y'all niggas ain't loyal.
No.
Only like us if we say something good about your favorite fighter. If we say something bad about a fighter you hate.
That's right. That's right.
You play the middle.
Right. That's right. See what I'm saying? And we real motherfuckers over here, which is why ain't nobody putting padlocks on our doors and hitting us with $5 million fines. I'm sorry. Cool. Anyway.
Shout out to MTK Global. Man, I feel bad for them, dog. Matthew Macklin and all them. I feel bad for them in that situation, man. I let me say this. I do and I don't. I feel bad for the cats that didn't know anything about Daniel Kinahan. I don't feel bad for the motherfuckers, and Matthew Macklin had to be one of them. He's at the top of the damn business is named after him. Yep. Mac the Knife. That's what MTK Global stands for. Mac the Knife. That's Matthew Macklin's nickname, bro, when he was fighting.
Yep.
So he knows who Daniel Kinahan was. He's the fucking co-founder of this shit. He knows who he is, who he was, what he was about. Yep. So I don't feel bad for the top motherfuckers and the people that knew about this shit. It is what it is. It's a dangerous game you play. When you deal with motherfuckers that got history, got a background, got some shit following them, got a track record, hey, man, this is the shit you got to deal with if they get caught. Plain and simple. It's just like the streets. It's no different than the streets, dog.
None at all. And I got to give my man here credit. A while back, we was talking about this situation back when it first came up some months ago. And my man Prodigy said it best. He said, hey, man, pretty soon their doors going to be closing. Well, we didn't know. We was talking about the 404 era. No, we said, we talking about getting that 404 era. This was months ago. He said, man, they're going to have that 404. They keep on. Yep. And as soon as Bob Arum distanced himself, I knew then. I said, hey, man, it's only a matter of time now.
Exactly. 404 era. I'm expecting to see that when I go to mtkglobal.com in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, no, you ain't got to wait that long. It's there now.
Oh, it's there now? You already checked?
It's there now. Already checked.
Oh, damn.
Already checked.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Already checked, dog. Already checked. But yeah, hey, man, mad credit to you because you called that shit months ago. You was like, hey, man, pretty soon them niggas gonna have a 404.
Real talk, I didn't even know how right I was gonna be. You know what I'm saying? It's a prediction. I'm a gambling man, nigga. We make predictions and estimations all the time.
Yep.
So it is what it is, man. But like I said, I don't feel bad for the higher ups, man. They knew who this guy was.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And shit, nigga, that's the price you pay.
Yeah, IFL TV and shit like that. Yeah, them niggas I do feel bad for.
Yeah, right.
Them niggas I feel bad for. All right, enough of that. Let's get right on to it, man. So you guys saw the topic and everything like that, and y'all know how this is. Hey, man, listen, at the end of the day, remember, we don't have anything to say if you don't give a shit, right? Alicia Baumgardner. Now, I get it. She didn't won the title. Don't have a problem with that, right? Okay. And I get it that, you know, her team may have plans for her now that she didn't won the title. See, this is the problem that you have in the sport of boxing, right? When you're hungry, you don't give a. You're like, man, I want to fight this guy. I want to fight that guy. We got to. I want to fight. Oh, come on. Somebody open the door and let me in. Right. And you talk like, man, shit. Let me get in that door. When I get in that door, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. Motherfucker, open the door and let you in. I thought you were gonna do a lot of shit. Oh, nigga, I'm in now.
Yeah, I'm in here now. Shit. I mean, I was gonna do a lot of shit just to get in. Now that I'm in, yeah, I ain't doing nothing. What you talking about?
Alicia Baumgardner out here acting like Michaela Mayer is just wrong for the way she did. Because Michaela Mayer like, listen, man, if I can't get undisputed, fuck it, I'm gonna challenge the winner of Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano.
Right.
Which, okay, I mean, I can't really argue with her. Her goal is I want to be undisputed. That's her whole. She had been saying that. I wrote articles. She's been saying that for the longest. That's why she was chasing down motherfucking Terry Harper. She's like, listen, I'm trying to be undisputed, right? Because I can't. I'm not gonna be around here long. I'm not gonna be in this division long. So Baumgardner's like, my team know what they doing. My team know what our plans are. Okay, you just gonna have to wait, champ. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute. What the fuck?
Oh, how dare you? This motherfucker walking around. What does she got? A WBC and an IBO?
And she walking around and she's. Thank you. Thank you for mentioning that. Because she's talking like she's the top dog. She's like, I'm the top dog now. Huh?
Right.
You have the IBO.
IBO, nigga. International Boxing, not federation, nigga. Organization. The fuck out of here. That's not even a real belt. It probably will be in a couple years. You know what I'm saying? IBO is getting closer to becoming a major sanctioner body than a lot of people actually know about. But as of today, nigga, April 20th, 2022, that shit is a minor title. You know what I'm saying? And she talking like she fucking unified like Michaela is. Michaela got what? What she got? WBO and IBF, right?
WBO and IBF, yes.
Yeah. She talking like she's fucking unified like Michaela. Like, nigga, you better take your ass over there and go beat her Yoon Mi Choi, motherfucker, for that WBA. Then you can talk.
And that's what got Michaela fucked up. Michaela like, hold on, wait a minute. Top dog. Look here, baby. You can keep that IBO. Don't nobody care about that belt.
I hate to talk about her like this because she's a little pretty motherfucker. But at the same time, everybody can get it. Don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It don't matter, bro. At the end of the day, when you out here looking stupid, we will take care of that for you and make you look even worse. There's no reason Alycia Baumgardner should be walking around at 130 pounds talking about she's the top dog. Now, there's a thing that you said that she said, right?
Mm-hmm.
The quote, you had a quote from me that I didn't like. She said something to the extent, and correct me if I'm wrong or when I'm wrong, because I'm about to fuck this up. But it was something to the extent of, you know, if you go up, she said, if you go up to 135, you know what I'm saying? No, she said something like, why don't you just go up to 135 if you
right. That was exactly what she said. Exactly what she said. Yep. Right. She said, take your big ass on up to 135. Take your big ass on up if you can't make the weight then.
Now, this is the situation with that. Why are you talking about her going to 135?
Yeah.
The whole point is to fight her to get her 3 belts, and then you go fight Yoon Mi Choi, or do it the other way around. Whatever it is, you got to fight her to become undisputed, right? That's what you want. You don't want to make undisputed the way Clarissa Shields did at 154 pounds, fighting for vacant titles and shit, and only actually fight one motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that. You actually want to be able to fight for your fucking titles, like Katie Taylor did at 135. Fought for all of her titles. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to do at 130. Michaela Mayer is the best 130 pounder. Doesn't matter what you say, Miss IBO. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Yep. She's the best fighter at 130. She has a better amateur career than you do as well. She's just better. That's it. She doesn't look better, but that doesn't matter.
No.
That's all that don't even matter for her. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Look at Alicia Baumgardner's Instagram. She's showing her ass and shit all over the place, right? She's getting by that way. But in this case, it don't even matter. You can't be better than her because your ass looks nice and your face looks nicer. No, she's better than you. This is the one category where it doesn't work, Alicia. The looks don't work.
No.
She's not all that anyway. I just think she's a little pretty motherfucker. Anyway, point is, doesn't work. Michaela Mayer is better than you in all facets of boxing right now. So you must go where she leads, not the other way around.
Yeah, very true.
And in that situation, if you're really about that life, you don't tell her, if your big ass can't make 130, just take your motherfucking ass to 135. That sounds to me like a cop-out. Like you really want her to go to 135 so you can fight for her vacant titles. That's what that sounds like to me, bro.
That's what it is. Because honestly speaking, you don't tell nobody no shit like that unless you really don't care about fighting. You know what I'm saying? If you and a nigga get into it in the middle of the street, right? And the nigga like, oh man, you ain't talking about nothing, nigga. You ain't talking about nothing, nigga. And they be like, oh, I ain't talking about nothing, nigga. Go on in the house then.
Right. Huh? Look. Hold on. I smell duck in this motherfucker. I'm just saying, nigga, I smell duck.
I smell that motherfucker. I thought it was my garbage can.
Nah, man, that's duck, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to that smell, especially
being duck too.
I'm used to that smell, especially being around boxing for this fucking long, and especially in this era. I'm used to that smell of duck. It hasn't happened yet, but it's coming. Fuck out of here. I'm the top dog. Ooh. With an IBO? Stop. Better go turn that IBO into a WBA, nigga. Shit.
Gotta change all them letters of the alphabet except the B. But the W, but the I know. You better go find out where the motherfuckers gotta go.
Exactly. Ain't no top dog with no fucking IBO. And guess what? Even though the WBC is seen as the most prestigious title, guess what? It gets trumped when somebody else in your division is unified. And that's exactly what Michaela Mayer is. She's unified. She's top dog, not you.
Not you.
So you better go fight. My thing is, you don't fight Michaela Mayer next. Go fight Hyun-Mi Choi. That is next. Not no Edith Matisse, a 41-year-old motherfucker with 11 losses that you couldn't even hurt. Not interested. Don't want to see that again. Fight Hyun-Mi Choi. Get that fight made right there.
I agree.
Hyun-Mi Choi is fucking with Eddie Hearn just like you are. Fight can get made. Actually, Choi was supposed to fight Terry Harper, but you beat Terry Harper. So now you're up next.
I agree.
I don't hear no top dog shit. Go get her title first, then we can talk about top dog.
100% agree, man. At the end of the day, and this is what we talk about in the sport of boxing, right? Fighters, when they're hungry, that's the best you're gonna get out of all these motherfucking fighters when they're hungry. When a fighter's no longer hungry, because honestly speaking, right, if you look at how they're treating Alicia Baumgardner on the zone versus how they treat Michaela Mayer on Top Rank, Michaela Mayer stays hungry because Michaela Mayer is not front and center on Top Rank. Over there at the zone, they treat Alicia Baumgardner like she's the only female they got over there. They like, oh man, we got us a pretty black motherfucker. They putting her out there to talk. They got her doing fights, doing breakdowns. Hey man, Michaela Mayer's over there. She got her ugly ass in the gym. She's scrapping with motherfuckers. She like, hey,
her ugly ass, and that's fucked
I'm just saying, she ain't getting no pass because of her looks. So she
hell no, she working.
Hell yeah, exactly.
Michaela Mayer and Jamie Mitchell out here working, nigga. That's fucked up. I didn't say that, man. That's my bad, dog. My bad, dog. I didn't say that
but
shit.
you're telling the truth, though. Them niggas out here working. Every time I see Michaela Mayer, she in the gym. Yeah. Alicia Baumgardner on Instagram, make him hold them 2 belts, making money, y'all. I was like, hold on, wait. You too relaxed.
You need to relax, motherfucker, for real. Jamie Mitchell, I'm gonna start calling her Ann Wolf Jr. That's an ugly motherfucker, bro. I'm sorry. God damn. But hey, she working out here in these streets, bro. She gonna beat Shannon Cortez in the rematch. Why? Because she fucking working.
She just had a fight. Just had a fight. And then, wait a minute, to show you how bad she working, she told Cortez, hey, ain't no more in the UK shit, bitch. Better bring your
ass over here.
Bring your ass over here. You want them guys.
Man, look, Jamie Mitchell look like she live in the middle of the hood.
That's fucked up.
That motherfucker look like she live in one of them girls off the wire and shit in Baltimore, nigga. Just one of them abandoned houses and shit. They boarded up, nigga. Oh no, I need to stop, man. My bad, y'all. It's been a while. We ain't done a show in like a week and a half.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is, man, when I was watching TV and I saw Jamie Mitchell, I was like, damn, man, somebody let their dog loose in the arena.
Oh my God.
Shit, my bad. Somebody let the dog loose in the arena.
Hey, that motherfucker can fight though, dog.
Yes, she can.
That motherfucker can fight.
Yes, she can. Shannon Cortez found out the hard way too.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. That motherfucker fight, dog.
Hey, not only did she find out the hard way, when Cortez tried to talk that shit, Shannon Mitchell like, well, I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. All she gotta do is look at her face. But I'm like, ooh, she said that right.
Damn. That's not right, man. Move on, nigga. We need to get Jamie Mitchell was not the topic of this, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
Shout out to Jamie Mitchell. It's all entertainment, it's all fun. Keep doing your thing. I was gonna say baby girl, but no, not that.
No, not that.
Keep doing your thing, bro.
I'm just saying, it seems like the less attractive the women fighters are, the more work they putting in.
The more work they putting in. Real shit.
Look at Clarissa Shields. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Man, move on, nigga. Man, you're gonna get a lot of niggas mad about that. They love Clarissa Shields.
Man, fuck y'all. Beta male ass nigga. Fuck
move
y'all.
On, nigga. Move on. Next one, man.
All right, man. So, all right. So, Amir Khan is having a Charlo moment, right? Y'all remember when Charlo, I think it was Jermall, was in the hallway and Daniel Jacobs walked by? He was like, oh, this nigga I'm looking to see, right? And Charlo, remember that lion?
Yep, that's how it is, man. That's how it is, nigga.
That lion.
That dude, man, Jermall Charlo needs to shut the fuck up, man. He's
dog.
Go ahead, though, bro.
Dog. So fucking Charlo was he was roaring this shit. Then when motherfucking Daniel Jacobs about then they got robbed in the club, right? Well, apparently Amir Khan's having that same moment. Amir Khan's at the fight. They bring Amir Khan in. They're like, yeah, man, we're going to have Amir Khan fight Conor Benn. He's talking about refighting. Eddie Hearns, prior to that, was just talking about that too. Eddie Hearns was like, hey, man, Amir Khan's talking about some getting a fight. And he's also talking about, a fight than Conor Benn. So they bring him in the ring. They're going to talk to Amir Khan.
Yeah, man. They asked that nigga multiple times. They said, I mean, the announcer the interviewer was pushing it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, so what's up? We're going to get this fight. Well, I'm going to see, how things go. I'm with my family. Conor Benn's like, hey, money talks. Basically saying, don't matter what you think you're going to go back and do with your family. Shit, money talks. If we get the right money, we going to make this fight. So when he says money talks, the announcer's like, Amir, you going to make the fight or what? Well, I just need to see some things. It was evident that when he destroyed Chris Van Heerden, Conor Benn, that is, Amir Khan having the same kind of chin was like, fuck that. If Chris Van Heer didn't get knocked out like that, nigga, I'm getting knocked out before I even hit the steps to the ring. The goddamn, listen, Conor Benn gonna throw a punch and miss, and the wind from the punch gonna knock Amir Khan out. That's what's gonna happen.
That's fucked up.
Fucking wind gonna go right across that nigga chin. Done. Knockout. Yeah, exactly, bro. And Amir Khan knows this shit. So the funny thing is, the UK fans, no matter how bad Amir Khan looks in his last fight, for some reason they want to see him fight again. Yeah, maybe they just want to see him get beat up again. Maybe it's a parody to them to see him get knocked out or hurt and wobbly and shit on Bambi legs and fights. Maybe they just like that, or maybe they just support the nigga because he's a medalist in the Olympics, right? Maybe they just have that ongoing lifetime support. I don't know what it is. But even when Conor Benn was like, do y'all want to see this fight? When Amir Khan is stumbling over his words, the crowd was cheering. Yeah, they wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And he still stumbled over his words. So, what I believe happened, Conor Benn sent some goons to go rob the nigga. That's just my personal opinion, bro.
Hey, man,
how you gonna get robbed right after you just showed you were scared of Conor Benn? Literally like hours afterwards, man. That didn't get robbed, dog. Conor Benn was like, hey, Mike, go over there and get that motherfucker. Stuck that nigga up, dog.
Oh, man.
That's fucked up, man. I feel bad for Amir Khan, man, because he's out there in the UK. A lot of cats don't really respect dude like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I remember like basketball players out here in the United States, like Stephon Marbury, for example. They snatched the nigga's chain and shit. But that was after the nigga was whack as hell with the Knicks. Right. You know what I'm saying? Cats responded like, man, this nigga's whack. Like, you ain't never heard of Allen Iverson getting his shit snatched. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because it was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucking hoop. We're going to let him live. Like, niggas like Eddie Curry. He got robbed. Nigga got tied up in his own house. Him and his bitch.
He sure
got tied up. You know what I'm saying? Big ass 7 foot, 290 pound Eddie Curry got tied up with his woman in his own house.
That was some Biggie Small shit. Remember Biggie had that rap song about that shit?
Yeah, exactly. Tied this nigga up in his own house, bro. But that's because Eddie Curry, 7 feet tall, 290 pounds, only averaged 5 rebounds a game. He was whack. So basically what I'm saying is there's a track record of athletes getting fucked over when they're whack. Amir Khan wasn't getting robbed when he wasn't whack. No. When he was a unified champion 140, Amir Khan was being carried around on the streets of the UK, bro. In any city, town, country, or part of the country he wanted to be in. This motherfucker was on a pedestal. Now he's been terrible for some odd years. Now you hear about the nigga getting robbed. That's how it works.
And to your point, I remember when Antoine Walker got stuck up over on Madison Avenue, right?
Yep.
And when he got robbed, the motherfuckers realized who they robbed and gave him his shit back.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was Antoine Walker. They gave him his shit.
Back. You hear about motherfuckers getting stuck in shit like Paul Pierce because they was talking shit. You know, Paul Pierce in the club running his mouth and shit. So they stuck him. That's right. I mean, you hear about that shit. But when these dudes are already, and I think that was Pierce's like rookie season, or maybe he was in the league like a year. It was early in his career.
It was.
But when these dudes are established and they're really good athletes, bro, these motherfuckers protected, man. You don't really hear too much shit about these dudes, man. You hear about them doing shit to other people, Glenn Robinson. Right?
Right.
Them doing other shit to other people. Ron Artest.
That's right.
Right?
Ron Strickland.
But you don't hear about them getting stuck until it's at a point where they're whack now. They don't have that respect. Right. So Amir, he just needs I think he should walk away. This right here was his calling card. Like, they don't want to respect you enough, dog. They put a gun to you and say, give me your watch, nigga. And he had to come up off. At this point, just hang him up, dog. The respect is gone. They don't even care anymore that you were a silver medalist. They don't care anymore. They don't care that you're a unified champion. It's over. He should just hang him up, bro. This was his calling card right here, man.
And here's the part that I'm leery of. We know how the UK are. They're very, very strict. Everything is watched and controlled when it comes to guns. Even their police don't carry guns. If I find out this nigga didn't get robbed at gunpoint, dog, I know he's trying to say that, but nigga, if I find out you didn't get robbed at gunpoint, dog, just a bunch of niggas walked up with some sticks and shit on him and his wife. Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. Just saying, man.
Some sticks.
I'm just saying, man. I found out some niggas walked up. Hey, Mike.
Oh, hell nah, bro. These niggas rolled up on them on some caveman shit, bro.
I'm just saying, dog, because
clubs and shit.
Dude, it is exceptionally hard to get a gun in the UK. Their police don't even carry guns unless you're part of SWAT. Okay, that shit is this is a country that had a shutdown where they shut the whole country down. Government mandated shutdown. Don't have your ass out there on the motherfucking street. You arrested. This country that had that.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Amir Khan said I was robbed at gunpoint. That's suspect to me. I'm just saying. So let me find out a bunch of niggas walked up to him. Hey, Mike. Got to come up off that shutdown, Mike.
That's fucked up, bro.
I'm gonna be like, man, if I find out that happened, dog.
That's fucked up, man. Niggas had rocks and slingshots and shit, bro.
They probably walked up with some boxing gloves. Look here, Mike.
Oh, hell no, bro.
Look here, Mike.
We've seen your chin on TV, Mike. Yo, we ain't shit, bro. This is a traumatic time for Amir Khan, bro. We ain't shit, bro.
Hey, man. Listen, man, a story like that need to be reported with a nigga in the hospital. Man, I had to fight off 5 niggas, man. I'm hurt. They tried to take shit from my wife, man. This motherfucker in a sharp suit. I got robbed. No.
My man Frank Bell said a nigga said, "Hey, mate, to me, I might rob his ass." Right? Oh shit, y'all ain't shit laughing at this man's tragedy or dramatic moment in his life, bro. Y'all ain't shit for that.
Oh man,
I didn't laugh at all.
He got robbed by the guy.
Oh man, move on, bro. Y'all wrong for that shit, bro.
Tap that nigga on the shoulder. Hey, buddy. I'm gonna need that off you, that Mike.
Pretty much, man. They're all gentlemen and shit out there, dog. I just don't see it. UK cats be swearing though, shit be rough out there, man. I just don't see it, man. I mean, this is a country that when you curse, they apologize for it in post-fight interviews. You know what I'm saying? Ebony Bridges, can I fucking fight or what? Here comes the interviewer. Sorry about that, everyone. We don't do that shit here. Yo, that's how gentlemen like them motherfuckers. I just don't see it, bro. There's always some rough patches wherever you go, no matter what country it is.
Agreed.
But I just don't see it, man. At the end of the day, it's a situation where Amir Khan, like I said, has lost his respect. And this is a small country. Everybody knows everybody.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying? I don't believe there's people walking around the UK that don't know who Amir Khan is.
It's very true.
You know what I'm saying? The UK is smaller than Texas, y'all. You know what I'm saying? The state of Texas is bigger than that entire country. Yeah, and it's not even close. It's small. So they fucking know. They know this guy is, bro.
Nigga. I damn near spit on myself. Yeah. What it is, this is a country where the word no thanks mean fuck no. Like, that's as harsh as they get. No thanks. You ever see when them commercials say no thanks? That's like saying fuck no.
Man, what was that? Well, some of the what do you call it? Derogatory words. One of them was a toss pot. Yeah, like, come on, man. A fucking toss pot? I wouldn't even know what to say I've been called a wanker many a times. I'm like, what's wrong with that? I don't understand. It apparently means you jack off.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've wanked a few times. I don't understand.
Everybody has. When they say bloody wanker, it's even worse.
That's like, that's the ultimate.
That's all.
That's the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to want to fight a nigga off of that, but me being American, I'm just like, oh, well, thank you. Appreciate it. What the fuck, bro? A toss pot and a wanker. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Go ahead, bro. Go to the next one.
All right, man. All right, man. So speaking of getting robbed, Jermall Charlo. Okay, look. There comes a point in time, man, where this shit is just false fucking bravado. I'm sorry, y'all. There comes a time when you're already found out, nigga. Stop. He gets into an altercation at the fight with David Benavidez, sees David Benavidez get into an altercation with him. Now, here's my problem with that, right? Number one, that's an atmosphere where you know motherfuckers gonna break it up. Like these niggas always getting this shit where you know that's that type of atmosphere, niggas gonna break it up. Now, if it was some shit where I heard Jermall Charlo and David Benavidez was out in the parking lot, okay, that's some different shit. But niggas is gonna get in between y'all at a motherfucking fight. Nothing's gonna happen at a fight. And then right after that, he goes out there, he's talking to Brian Custer, and he's talking like we forgot what we saw on Mike Tyson hot boxing. He talking like we didn't just see this motherfucker all but not want to mention this nigga's name on Mike Tyson hot boxing. Listen, man.
This is what I can do. This is what I can do right now, bro. I can remind the people of what Charlo looked like on Mike Tyson's hot boxing.
Man, I've been watching you a lot. Who do you want to fight?
I want to see you out there.
I want to see you. You ever fight that guy? What was his name? They call him Dog.
The dog.
The dog. What was his name?
I only know one dog. I think Anthony Durrell.
That's him.
Anthony Durrell?
Yeah, you never fought him before?
Nah,
never in the amateurs?
Nah, never.
Never.
I think them guys was like.
You ever think about Benavidez? Would you fight him?
I fight him for sure. Yeah.
Then why you not getting?
You said he fight anybody. He ready.
Right. You know that.
I know. Why they not letting you fight this guy?
It's
this guy got me calling him the Mexican monk. Everybody's scared of this guy. And I hear you saying you want to fight him.
I just think his value is low. It's not worth as much as
God damn,
fighting a fight like Canelo.
Too friendly. You gotta be like the Roberto the man. Suck this. Give me this, motherfucker. Get in the ring. We sign the contract, bitch.
Right.
You know, when you in this business, your whole purpose is to crush the world to your feet, man.
We're calling everybody out.
Right.
He called Canelo out for 5-6 years already.
Then fight the next best guy, the Mexican monster.
Who?
Benavidez.
He ain't no Mexican monster.
Oh, everybody's scared of him. Nobody's fighting him.
We box. We're not scared of no human on earth.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out,
What's up? It's the Jermall the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who want it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name the names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster. Canelo. All of them.
Come on. He won't Benavidez.
He won't
shit. He won't the real one of the homies shit. We can get in there and tangle.
Call them some bitches and stuff. Say something else. Call them that. Say something like that.
I don't gotta disrespect them, let them know. Mike, it ain't like that. It ain't like that no more.
Now, Mike was begging this nigga, right? On his show. Say his name. Say them names, man. Right? And this is what we get when, you know, a whole bunch of people will stand in front of you when you're Jermall Charlo.
What's up? Oh, the baby. Not the baby. Catch me outside, huh? Hey, y'all go outside.
Now, if you had trouble following that video, especially with the bitch that was fucking commentating, that she should have just shut the fuck up. She was annoying. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, if you had trouble following the video, Charlo was the nigga with the hat to the right of the screen behind that big Doberman pinscher looking motherfucker in front of him, right? Now, mind you, he rode up to David Benavidez, rode up to him. David Benavidez is with his wife and his kid, right? His kid is like 2, 3, maybe 4 years old, looks like anyway, right? They're enjoying the fights. Charlo rose up to him, okay? Disrespects him in front of his wife. Benavidez, as a man, stands up and said, "What the fuck?" in front of his woman and his child. Then the big, ugly Debo-looking nigga comes in, and then Charlo immediately retreats behind him. Immediately retreats behind him and continues to have words. But behind the big Michael Clark Duncan looking Green Mile nigga, right?
Right.
Behind him. Meanwhile, David Benavidez is actually getting pushed by security.
Yes, he is. And he's trying to push security.
See the difference there? This is why I don't fuck with Jermall Charlo, bro. If y'all know anything about the streets, right? This ain't even the streets, man. You can see this shit in the suburbs, right? Sometimes you might find wherever you're at, there's a real thorough motherfucker that will fight motherfuckers, right? And then there's a real non-thorough motherfucker that uses his mouth more than his motherfucking actions. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what that looks like, right? Now, me being around that shit my entire life, I know I can tell when a nigga's not going to do anything. He can sit there, he could be intimidating as much as he wants to be with his words, but I can tell off his body language and his eyes whether he really wants to do something. Now, you couldn't really look in Jermall Charlo's eyes, but you could see his body language. Any man that welcomes another man to stand in front of him when he has a beef with a dude across the way, that guy doesn't want any problems.
Agreed.
Again, just like I showed you guys, right? And I'm about to do something. I'm about to do something to y'all. Just like I told y'all before, right? About this was the last show. Bo, take that comment down. This is the last show. When I showed you guys before about dudes in boxing that lie about what they really are, like this guy.
You have any idea what you've done? It's the only thing that beats in me. Yeah. I try to get you out of my head, but you.
I had to find a way to incorporate that. But like so that guy, did. Right? Tank Davis obviously showed you he's not this gutter ass, grimy gangster type nigga, right? From Baltimore, from the streets of Baltimore. He's not that. Jermall Charlo is showing you the same fucking thing with footage on hot boxing, with the footage of him trying to act like he wanted to do something to David Benavidez. He's not that dude, man. So I've seen a lot of niggas like, oh man, Jermall, that's my nigga right there. He a real nigga. No, he's not. Jermall Charlo's about as real as my 4-year-old daughter, nigga.
That's and she might be realer than him. And she
might be Jermall is Hollywood. Yeah, she realer than him. Jermall is fucking Hollywood, which means, right, he'll put up an act in front of you guys to make it seem like it is what it is. But in reality, he's just being himself. A nigga with a lot of mouth, right? And not a whole lot of fucking action. Because if you really had beef with David Benavidez as you approached him like you did, you would have snuffed this nigga. And what are you talking for?
Very good point.
I don't do that. I haven't done it in a long time because, I don't have beef with niggas like that. But when I did, I didn't talk to you. I said, hey there, fella. How you doing? Yeah, now let's make a scene. No, nigga. You walk up to the dude, you snuff the nigga. Boom. His fault he wasn't paying attention. You know what I'm talking about, bro?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Nigga, what? Nigga got caught slipping. Nigga wasn't paying attention. I didn't wait for a nigga to turn around. No, boom. Not that nigga.
I see shit like that happen at the bus stop.
Hell yeah. So if he's really like that, then that's what would have happened. It wouldn't have been no like, hey, right here, hey, David, right here. It's me, Charlo. Now let's make a scene. Yeah. Fuck out of here, man. I can't. Almost every day that goes by, or let me say this, every time, not every day, every time I see something with the Jermall Charlo involved in it, I dislike the motherfucker even more.
Right.
Because he's fake.
Right.
I don't fuck with fake people, bro. I have like a limited set of friends because I can't fuck with fake niggas, man. I could be real cool with a dude, but if I see fakeness in you, you're gone. Now, how do you think I'm gonna treat a fighter? Nigga, that's not even in my circle. But I can see all his shit all over social media, right? All over the headlines, all over interviews. He's showing us who he is.
Yeah.
Exactly. Second Ezra, Charlo out here selling wolf tickets. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's fake. Yeah. Just like Tank Davis is fake. All these niggas are fake. So if you following them thinking, oh man, these some real niggas, man, they kind of remind me of me. You might want to dial that back. If you're a real nigga.
Woo, turn that knob down. Turn
it back down a little bit, dog. Turn the volume down a couple decibels, bro. Because these niggas is not real, bro. That's all I'm saying. And at the end of the day, if he is real, that fight gets made, especially after that. But we haven't heard shit from Jermall since. He just wanted to make a scene like how women do, and then go back to fighting nobodies. That's what we wanted to do. Sneak out of here, man.
Here's my problem. I'm gonna tell you my whole problem with this whole scenario. My whole problem with this whole scenario is Charlo and Charlo fans have one excuse that they keep playing for this nigga, which is why he can do what he just did and get away with it. And what is it they'll say? Well, Benavidez is not even in his weight division. Well, then stop fucking with the nigga then. Stop talking about it. Leave him alone. If he's not in your weight division, then stop fucking with him then. Why are you fucking with him then? Why are you talking about it? See? Because when if you are fucking with him, you are talking about him, you walking up on him with him and his family, then no, I'm sorry, nigga. Weight division or not, you need to fight this motherfucker. Fuck that weight division shit. You need to fight him. These motherfuckers should not be allowed to mention niggas' name. Just like, hey, what did Andre Ward tell GGG and them? Oh, we could be anybody for 154? The 168. Well, that's my division. Bring your ass up here. Let's go.
Yep.
Ain't nothing to talk about. Let's do this. Oh, y'all just talking. All right, bet. I'm gonna move on. That's my problem with it is whenever you talk about, hey man, he needs to fight Benavidez, the Charlo defenders be like, oh, they're not even the same way. Okay, well, leave the nigga alone then. Leave him the fuck alone. Stop talking about leave him alone.
That's what a lot of people don't remember. Charlo was the instigator.
Yes.
David Benavidez is chilling at 168. Charlo's the one that said he'll take over the division and said he will fight David Benavidez too. He's the one that did that shit. He's the instigator.
Yes, he was.
David Benavidez is the responder. You know what I'm saying? He's the recipient of the bullshit.
Exactly. David Benavidez had rabbit ears, huh? Oh, okay. Well, nigga, let's go.
Exactly.
He's like, what?
Exactly, bro. So at the end of it, and that's what a lot of niggas do, bro. Like, man, dog, been around this shit my whole life. Run their mouth. And y'all seen this with the whole situation. I wish I had the goddamn video on here. I should have got it. The whole situation with Daniel Jacobs. We saw it then. He in the motherfucking hallway. Yeah, nigga Charlo's, nigga. Yeah. Nigga, don't but fuck with me, nigga. Nigga, I bust nigga right here. I bust a nigga right there. I bust a nigga over here. Nigga damn near rapping, nigga. He damn near spitting lyrics and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then here comes Jacobs. He like, yeah, I bust it. There you go, right there. Did he not do that, bro?
Yeah, he did.
That nigga hard as fuck fuck when Daniel Jacobs wasn't there. And Daniel Jacobs ain't even a nigga to do that to. To me, Daniel Jacobs is like a simple nigga. Real talk, nigga, back me straight and shit. That nigga simple than a motherfucker. Nigga got an old 1996 fade and shit. Daniel Jacobs like a simple nigga, bro. What the fuck are you afraid of him for? That nigga said, yeah, nigga, I bust niggas left, right, nigga, upside down, nigga, downtown, uptown. Oh, there you go, right there.
Oh, I came back at the right time, I see.
Exactly. Y'all saw it right there. That was your first. And then, oh, by the way, there's more. Similar to Amir Khan, right? Showing how he was scared in the middle of the ring with Conor Benn next to him. Jermall Charlo shows that he was a hoe ass nigga when Daniel Jacobs come walking down that goddamn hallway, right? Basing his motherfucking voice went all the way down, nigga. Like you was fucking with an equalizer on this nigga. Shit, base -6.
He was, man.
Nigga, trouble +6. Base -6, nigga.
Oh man, yeah, now y'all bring him in. I beat this motherfucker. I beat that motherfucker. And what about Jacob? I beat him too. There he is. Right
there you go, right there. Oh, just in time. Then he was like, yeah, you know, I'm just saying, man. You know, Jacob's like, nigga, I'm getting M's, nigga. I'm getting M's. He like, I'm just saying, though, man. You know. But anyway, just like Amir Khan, though, Bo, right? He shows that he's scared against Jacobs. What happens right after? Hours after. What happens? That nigga gets robbed. You can't make this shit up.
By an ugly white bitch, too.
By an ugly, fat Connecticut white bitch, bro. Ew. Robbed this nigga. Took his purse.
Which goes to show he's another part of his character. Purse. Took his man purse.
Took his purse, bro. I'm just saying, y'all. Listen, man. You follow who you want to follow. All right. If you listening to this show, we are going to give our opinion. But that opinion, dog, is all backed by facts. Every opinion we have is backed by facts. Everything we just said about Jermall Charlo is true. Y'all can look it all up. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's showing y'all who he really is.
Think about when he slapped that dude's phone. He takes the picture, then slapped the nigga's phone as he walking away and shit. Then gets down to the end where around his bodyguards and look at the nigga.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you talking about this right here?
What makes Canelo so dangerous? What makes him so dangerous? What makes Canelo so dangerous?
Here's the deal on that. You're right. There must have been like a quick ass exit, like literally like right there. Because as soon as dude adjusts his phone, Charlo's already over there. Way the fuck over there. It's just a fan, Charlo. You could have smacked the nigga's phone and stood there and looked at him. If you're a black nigga. He smacked his phone. Was like, shit, let me get the fuck out of here. Let me get out of here. Man, these dudes, man. Dude is whack as fuck, man. Shout out to Jermall Charlo. That's the only Charlo we fucking recognize around here. Shout out to Jermall, dog. Hope he gets undisputed. Gonna be a good fight against Brian Castano. A real fighter.
That's right. Oh, man. All right. Now that we didn't, I guess, shit, did we neuter this nigga?
That nigga neutered himself. That nigga took the clips to himself, bro.
That nigga said, let me help y'all out.
Fuck it, I just do it myself.
Do it myself.
These niggas, bro. Jesus.
All right, man. So, what y'all been waiting on, man? You guys saw the fight, Errol Spence, Yordenis Ugas. Let me say this right here. There are fights that you see, and when you're watching that fight, you realize that the other fighter realizes, damn, this isn't exactly what I thought it was. I believe Team Ugas had a game plan. And once they got in the ring with Errol Spence, and he started throwing them bodies and I credit my man Prodigy for this because he said this. So I'm gonna steal something from him. I'm gonna credit him for it. He said Errol fights just like how niggas fight in the street. He said you typically can't fight like that, right? When you're in the boxing gym. But Errol fights just like how if you out there with your boys slap boxing and body punching, Errol fights just like how niggas fight out in the street. Right. And he got in that ring, man, and he just turned into a dog. He gets on Ugas and he starts throwing those body shots. And that's when Ugas is realizing, oh shit, this motherfucker actually hits harder than I thought this motherfucker would hit.
Right.
And then to Errol Spence's credit, he said something that, again, I got to credit my man Prodigy for. Errol said, hey man, this American life that made this nigga kind of soft. That's what
Yeah. I mean, it's no different. It's no different. I mean, I hate to do this to Ugas, but and it's not to the, I don't think there's no evidence that it's to the same extent.
Right.
But it's the only example that I have in recent memory. It's kind of like Andy Ruiz. You know, he beat Anthony Joshua, a fight that a lot of people didn't think he was going to win. Same thing with Ugas. Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, a fight that a lot of people didn't think he was going to win. Hell, a lot of people thought Manny Pacquiao was going to beat Errol Spence, which is fucking ridiculous. But that's what they thought. You know what I'm saying? That. So when Ugas came in as a late replacement, by the way, Pacquiao was like a big time favorite with within the boxing community, right?
He sure was.
So same situation with Andy Ruiz, late replacement, beats fucking Anthony Joshua, gets all this glitz and glory, right? Same thing with fucking Yordenis Ugas. So I hate to do that to him, but literally their situations are almost identical, right? Late replacements that won the biggest fights of their careers against big name opponents. Yeah. The biggest named opponents we have in boxing. Yeah. They beat those guys, right? And their lives changed. When that happens, you got to stay disciplined.
Very true.
But the thing is, Andy Ruiz, him not staying disciplined was evident, right? Nigga weighed 283 fucking pounds in the rematch.
Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah.
But Ugas, that's not evident. Him staying disciplined or not staying disciplined, excuse me, that's not readily evident, bro. By all accounts, Ugas was disciplined 100%. It was the game plan.
Very good point.
That's the problem. He said before the fight, him and Ismael Salas was like, he's going to crush him. He's going to beat the fuck out of him in Spanish, right? 2K translated, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But he's talking about, we just going to stand right in front of the niggas. Just Errol Spence. Wait, what? You're gonna run that by me again, nigga. Did you just say this is prior to the fight, man? Did you just say that you were going to stand directly in front of one of the most vicious body punchers and one of the best fighters with an inside game in boxing today? So you're gonna stand right there in front of that guy? You said that? If I had money on Ugas, I would have removed it at that moment in time.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, cancel my bet. Real shit.
You got to call the bank. Hey, I just made a bet. I need you to.
Yeah, is that
not proof that deposit, please.
Stop payment, nigga. Stop payment. Nigga, there's fraud on my motherfucking card, nigga. Call that shit fraud, nigga. That's fraud, nigga. I didn't do that. I need a new debit card, this bitch.
Oh, man.
I'm just saying, bro. I swear to God, bro, if I had money on Ugas and got wind of that before the fight, I would have taken my bet off the books. That is the stupidest game plan. You can't do that against Errol Spence. You got to beat Ugas. Ugas ain't no inside fighter since when? Ugas is a boxer. The nigga does everything behind what, Bo?
The jab.
The jab. Everything. The nigga, before he takes a bite to eat, nigga, he jabs. The nigga jabs, and then eat some of that goddamn Cuban food. Jab again, put another scoop of Cuban food in his mouth. That's what he does.
Yes, sir. He does.
The nigga about to take a shit. Guess what? The nigga jabs first, then he shits. He about to be with his wife that night. Guess what? He jabs first, nigga. Then he gets naked. I'm just saying. Everything Ugas does is behind the fucking jab. But how many times did he jab in this fight? Ugas jabbed more than he did. Okay. Angles. How did Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao, Bo?
Angles like a
motherfucker. Why? Because Manny Pacquiao has the best feet in the game before he retired. Him and Vasily Lomachenko. Take your fucking pick, man. They got the best feet in the game. All right? And Roman Gonzalez, too. Take your fucking pick. So he knew that he had to move with Manny Pacquiao. Anytime Manny Pacquiao was trying to move, he had to move, and he had to apply angles in order to get off first. That was the key. Get off first. Yeah. Operative fucking phrase. Get off first. But against Errol Spence, who doesn't have the same kind of footwork as Manny Pacquiao, right? Footwork was good in this fight. He did an excellent job getting on the inside. But it wasn't anything like what Manny Pacquiao is, bro. It's not what Ugas would have to deal with Manny Pacquiao. Bouncing around all over the place. His angles are fucking ridiculous. Some of the best angles in boxing history does Manny Pacquiao have, right?
Yeah.
And he still had it at the age of 42, however old he was. Still had it.
That's
right?
how he wanted to whooping Keith Thurman's ass.
That's how he whooped Keith Thurman's ass. Exactly. He still fucking had it. Ugas had to deal with that. You're telling me you can't deal with Errol Spence's footwork? No, that's not the case. It just wasn't the game plan. The game plan was to stand there. He said it. Bro, you have to be first against Errol Spence, man. You have to be first. If you let this nigga be first, you lose. Yeah. You will lose, and you will lose convincingly. Sean Porter showed why being first would almost beat an Errol Spence. That's why that fight was so fucking close.
Yeah.
Because Sean Porter he executed the game plan of trying to be first against Errol Spence the entire fight.
Sure did.
That's what he did. Now, Errol Spence is a fucking very smart fighter, so he was able to make the adjustments, ended up getting the knockdown because of adjustments in the 11th round, right?
Very true.
But at the same time, the fight was close because Sean Porter executed the game plan of trying to be first.
Yeah. Kell Brook did the same thing until the second half of the fight.
Very good point. Kell Brook did the same thing. That's why Errol Spence had trouble in the first, 5 rounds of that fight?
First 5 rounds of that fight, exactly.
Shit, Errol Spence had an eye. His eye was fucked up, actually, I believe it was.
Sure.
Kell Brook swelled up his eye.
Sure did.
Right? Being first. If you stand there in a high guard, this nigga, my man Corey, shout out to my man Corey Cunningham, dog. And he knows boxing, so I'm to pick on him a little bit. He knows boxing. But he said, even after this fight, I believe it was him, and Corey, correct me if I'm wrong, you didn't say this, but I think it was you. He said after this fight that Yordenis Ugas reminds him of fucking Winky Wright. Or maybe it was Lord Zoe. One of them niggas said that, right? And both those guys know boxing. So I'm just going to pick on you just a little bit. Yordenis Ugas is nothing near fucking Winky Wright. He was against Errol Spence. That got him his ass whooped. Exactly.
Shit, that was more like Joshua Clottey to me.
Huh?
That was more like Joshua Clottey to me.
Yeah, that's a good point. That was like Joshua Clottey. High guard, low punch output. Exactly. More like Joshua Clottey. But that's only in that fight.
Right.
Ugas don't fight like that. Against Sean Porter, against Manny Pacquiao, and against Omar Figueroa, he did not fight like that. He was first. Even when he wasn't first, at times against Sean Porter, he wanted to be first. See what I'm saying? That was what it was on his mind. Oh, let me get that jab right. Against Errol Spence, I think he wanted to do it towards the middle rounds of that fight, because he did it in the first round. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He was first in the first round. That's actually one of the rounds I gave him. I only gave him 2 rounds. I gave him round 9 and I gave him round 1. The only reason why he was able to do it in the first round is because Errol Spence was measuring him. You see what I'm saying? But after that, Errol Spence would use his own jab to get on the inside and kill this nigga's body, bro. But one would say, hey, that's what stagnated Yordenis Ugas. It was the body punching. No, that's what helped stagnate him. He was already stagnant.
I agree with that, yeah.
See what I'm saying? He was already standing in front of Spence before the vicious body attack paid dividends. It didn't pay dividends until like the 4th or the 5th round, right?
Yeah.
But he was killing the nigga's body before that, and he was standing in front of Errol Spence before that. Just standing there with a high guard. I feel like towards the middle rounds, he wanted to do it. By then, it was too late. Errol Spence had already figured out what he was trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
Already knew that he could use his head and his shoulders on the inside, right, to dip inside. Look at that fight again. Sometimes he's not even jabbing to get on the inside. He's just dipping low and stepping forward.
Exactly.
That's all he's doing.
Very good point.
Dipping low and stepping forward. Ugas had no fucking response. He should have came up with an uppercut, but he didn't know what to do. He didn't know it was coming. It was almost like he fought scared in the middle rounds. Scared to get hit. But I'll say that he tried to at least start the jab because he kept pushing Errol Spence. Why did he keep pushing Errol Spence? Because he was trying to create distance. But by that time, his legs are fucking gone.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is what I'm saying for you slow-ass niggas out there. Ugas, per his own word, came into the fight and said, hey, I'm going to stand right in front of one of the best body punchers and inside fighters in boxing today. I'm going to stand right in front of him. Then, like round 4 or 5, he realized, damn, I can't do this. I need to go back to being the real me, jabbing, moving. But by then, his body was already fucked up. So he couldn't move the way he wanted to. And he couldn't create the space the way he wanted to. He would push Errol Spence. Spence would stumble back a little bit, right? But then go right back in immediately. Didn't give him a chance to reset at all. See? The one thing that Yordenis Ugas did do good was counterpunch. He did counter Spence very well.
Yeah, he did.
But that's all he had, though, bro. They were one-punch counters. On top of that, I submit this. Ugas was so afraid of the unknown. Go back and watch this fight. There are several moments in this fight, where Spence is standing there at mid-range, measuring him, and Ugas still would not throw a fucking punch. He would still just stand there. And then, Spence will make his move on the inside. Mm-hmm. Several moments in the fight that happened. There was also several moments in the fight where Ugas would land a counterpunch, knock Spence off balance,
and wouldn't capitalize on it.
Follow up. He was scared.
Yeah.
He didn't know what was coming next. See?
Right.
Even in round 9, when he knocks Errol Spence's mouthpiece out of his mouth, right? Errol Spence turns to go get his mouthpiece, which is fucking hilarious, right? A guy of that caliber should know never to do something that fucking stupid, right?
Yes.
But he turns to go get his mouthpiece, right? Lawrence Cole did an excellent job. I never thought I'd ever say that in a day of my life. Right? Lawrence Cole did an excellent job. He was going to jump in and realize Ugas was coming forward to continue his attack, and he moved out the way. He said, let me get out the way. And that's exactly what you do as a ref. If Errol Spence drops his guard, just like Victor Ortiz did against Floyd Mayweather, you get out the way. Let the fight happen. Once there's a standstill or maybe there's a clinch, then you get in there, break up the clinch, call time, get the mouthpiece. Lawrence Cole did just that. He was going to jump in, realize Yordenis Ugas is going after him, step back, let it happen. Ugas landed 2 fucking shots on Errol Spence, knocked him against the ropes, and guess what he did next? Nothing.
Yep.
He sat there and watched him.
Yeah, because even Spence even pointed at him like,
yeah. He sat there and fucking watched him. Then that's when Lawrence Cole was like, well, you're not going to do anything? All right, time. Get the mouthpiece. Yordenis Ugas was terrified in this fight, y'all. He was terrified. There's absolutely no... A lot of people out there talking about, man, Lawrence Cole, he basically saved that nigga Errol Spence, you know what I'm saying? Got the mouthpiece and walked that nigga over, allowed that nigga to get some minutes to recover. No! Lawrence Cole didn't do that until Yordenis Ugas stopped fucking punching. That's when that happened. If Yordenis Ugas would have continued after he knocked Errol Spence up against the ropes, if he would have jumped on Errol Spence, Lawrence Cole was not jumping in between that. How do I know this? Because he didn't jump in between them when he wanted to, when Ugas knocked him up against the ropes. He stopped himself from getting in between.
Sure did.
So he definitely wouldn't have got in between if he would have jumped on Spence when he was up against the ropes. But instead, what did he do? Do the high guard, Bo. That's what he did. That's all he did. And then Lawrence Cole jumped in. That was 100% Yordenis Ugas' fault, man. Dude was terrified after the 4th round of this fight. He was countering well because Errol Spence is not known for his defense any fucking way. Errol knows he's going to get hit. He knows this, right? But that's all he could do because he realized the game plan didn't work. And when he tried to go back to plan B, which should have been plan A in the first place, it was too late. Terrible game plan by Yordenis Ugas. If he comes back, this needs to be a lesson. Be who you are, bruh. Don't try to change who you are. Be what you are. Do what you know, and you'll continue to be successful. That's the advice I got for him, man.
And to your point, right? We've seen fighters do this. Sean Porter tried this, and he tried to be somebody different, and for all accounts, lost to Yordenis Ugas in that fight.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be someone different, right? Kovalev tried to be someone different in the rematch with Andre Ward and got knocked the fuck out.
Yep.
Trying to be somebody.
Yep. When Kovalev was who he was in that first fight, he floored Andre Ward.
Yeah.
Hell, arguably won the fight. I had Andre Ward winning it, but I have no problem with people thinking that Kovalev won it. He was the only one that scored the fucking knockdown in the fight. It was a very close fight. But then, like you said, but when he changed his identity for the second fight, he got knocked the fuck out. Doesn't matter if you think they were low blows, whatever. At the end of the day, several of them punches were legal, and he was sitting on the goddamn ropes.
Okay, put it like this. In the second fight, he was getting beat the fuck up. At the end of the day.
Was.
He was getting beat the fuck up at the end of the day.
Sure was.
At the end of the day, he was getting beat the fuck up.
Sure was.
Andre Ward bullied this nigga in the second fight.
Sure did.
Okay.
Sure did.
Right? We have seen this several times. We even saw with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao changed who he was, got knocked out by Marquez. Remember, he became holy and got into God.
You did this nigga like Angel Man Freddy, bro.
Another motherfucker.
Angel Man Freddy. I always said, man, look, I would never condone this in any other situation. But when Angel Man Freddy was worshiping the devil, that was a bad motherfucker. El Diablo. That was a bad motherfucker. Then he started worshiping Jesus Christ and got knocked the fuck out. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Hey,
it's facts.
Hey, Kazuda Ioka got married, changed who he was. Oh, y'all, I got to dip. I got to dip out the sport.
Yep.
Lost to Donnie Nietes.
Yep. It's sad, man.
Okay. The biggest problem that I had with the Ugas fight, and this goes to your point, is that the game plan that they had, because at the end of the day, you're the fighter, right? You're in that fight. So no matter what the game plan is, you're the one out there fighting. You're the one in that fight. Credit Floyd Mayweather for one thing. They'll have a game plan. But during the fight, Floyd can change the game plan because he has the ring IQ to change that game plan. Same thing with Terence Crawford. That's what you guys saw here in this situation right here was you saw Yordenis Ugas, whose ring IQ wasn't high enough to realize after 2 rounds that, okay, man, this game plan is not going to work. Because when he stood there, he tried to trade body shots with Errol Spence. I remember sitting watching. I said, man, this is not going to work out well for him.
Not going to work, man.
It's not going to work. He's trading body shots with a dude who specializes. This is not going to work out for him. Right? So he didn't have the wherewithal to say, okay, this ain't going to work, you guys. And then to your point, watch when Ugas pushes Errol and Errol doesn't move at all. Like Errol literally doesn't go back. That's when Errol cranked it up. He said, oh shit, this nigga's weak.
I mean, I'm surprised. Literally, it looked like Amir Khan versus Lamont Peterson. That's what this looked like. Two motherfuckers in Amir Khan and Yordenis Ugas trying to find distance, trying to find range, and can't fight off the back foot.
Yeah.
That's what this looked like. I'm surprised Ugas didn't get warned at least for pushing. He was pushing the shit out of Errol Spence. I'm watching the fight. I'm like, damn, is Lawrence Cole gonna warn this nigga at least? He gotta take a point, but warn him. That's not legal. I think Lawrence Cole felt sorry for him. He's seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Like, damn, the nigga realized too late. Now he's got to push to create distance because his feet don't work because his body is dead right now. Yeah, so he's got to push.
Dead, legs gone, and then on top of that, here's something else you got to think of, and this goes to your point about the fear of the unknown. Those punches from Errol Spence. What Ugas did not do in this fight, what he did in the Pacquiao fight, was his foot placement. He kept his foot in place to where he was able to dictate where Manny Pacquiao is going to go, which is what makes him such a good counterpuncher. He's able to dictate where you're going to go by keeping his foot there. Well, he wasn't able to do this with Errol. So he was losing sight of Errol, and it doesn't help when your one eye is swollen. So you're losing sight of Errol, and you're really scared to let your hands go because you done lost sight. Errol is now doing the guy that's doing the spinning and moving you around. Now you're losing sight of him. You have one eye that doesn't work. It takes you longer to find him. So the fear of the unknown was definitely there because it's like every time I try to throw one punch, and even if I land the counter, I got to stop because I got to try to find this motherfucker again. There was one round where Errol threw a punch. I don't know what the hell he was doing and got all off balance. And Ugas had to turn and do this to find the motherfucker. By then, Errol had recovered.
Yeah.
Errol had recovered because he had to find him. So this was a fight to me where one fighter showed me his ring IQ was limited. Yeah. And one fighter showed me where his ring IQ was good to the point where he was able to make the adjustments that was needed when they were needed to make. Yordenis Ugas should have abandoned that game. That after round one, he should have abandoned that game plan. He said, "Oh, wait a minute, this jab is working for me."
But round one, exactly. Round one is where it worked for him.
Yep.
Not the game plan. Plan B. You know what I'm saying? That's only because Errol Spence wasn't being aggressive.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? So he brought the fight to Errol. He should have realized at that moment, oh, fuck what I said in the previous to the fight. This is what I need to do.
Yep.
You're right. This was a tale of fucking IQs.
Yep.
100%.
That's what it was. And you know what, Errol, now I will say this. Shit, Errol got a good chin because Ugas landed a dead flush, unprepared shot on that motherfucker. He went against the ropes. Like, oh shit, like that punch should have knocked Errol down. Errol like, oh shit.
Nah, Errol has a good chin. Errol's been getting hit his whole career. I remember when Chris Van Heerden was jabbing the fuck out of Errol before Errol ultimately got him out of there. I remember Alejandro Barrera was hitting that nigga with uppercuts from a distance. Go watch those fights, people. Alejandro Barrera was hitting this nigga with uppercuts from a distance. The worst kind of punch you can throw in boxing.
Sure is.
He was hitting Errol with that, bro, before Errol ultimately knocked him the fuck out. Now, Errol doesn't care about getting hit when you can't hurt him and he's trying to knock you out. He don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's what was happening in those fights. But my point is, once you fight a certain way, that becomes your tendency. And that's why Errol's never been hard to hit, bro. So when people are like, oh, it was a good game plan because Yordenis Ugas was countering him. How is that a good game plan when you don't follow up?
Mm-hmm. That's very good. Wow.
You can counter a nigga all day, but a guy that's used to being hit, that does nothing to him. You got to counter the nigga and follow up. You know what I'm saying? Really, at the end of the day, if your game plan is to sit back and counter and follow up, then fuck it. Your game plan needs to be, let me be first then.
Yeah, exactly.
Forget sitting back and waiting on a counter, right? Listen, a counter is like a 3-point shot in basketball, right? Pumping the jab and being first, those are like layups, nigga. The jab, you can change so many fucking variations of it. You see what I'm saying? A straight power jab, a range finder, right? A decoy jab. They're like layups. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a counter punch, that's like making a 3-point shot, nigga. If you shoot 36% from 3, nigga, you're good. You know what I'm saying? But if you shoot 36% with a layup, nigga, you're the worst nigga in the league. You know what I'm saying? So instead of standing back, instead of standing back, trying to land a 3-point shot, and then following up off of that, no, nigga, get your layups in. Use the jab. Be first.
Yeah.
You'll create openings because they got to react to the jab. Whether the fighter keeps their head on the center line, like Errol Spence, for example, and just eats the jab, like he was against Chris Van Heerden, or they react to the jab by slipping. When they slip, that's when you know there's a pattern, and you start making his head go where you want it to go. You use the jab to dictate where that man's head is going to go. If he's just going to eat the jab, nigga, that's all day.
That's easy money.
Easy money.
That's easy money.
So at the end of the day, bro, people saying it was a good game plan because he countered. It wasn't because he sat there and tried to shoot threes all fucking night. That's how he got beat the fuck up.
Against a team that was on a fast break all night.
Right. Yeah, right, exactly. Against a nigga with a tempo of 100. 0 to 100. His game tempo was a 100, nigga. Every rebound, this nigga fast break.
Right.
And he never got tired on top of that.
No, he didn't.
Come on, man. This is easy to see, bro. This ain't that difficult to see, man, if you know what you're watching. He should have been first. Hands down.
Agreed.
This is why Terence Crawford is going to be a major fucking problem for this dude. Because Terence Crawford is not coming in there with one game plan.
Oh, no.
Furthermore, Terence Crawford is not coming in there with a game plan to stand in front of Errol Spence. Not going to do that. Terence Crawford is going to do exactly what I said. Be first. He's going to do that. He's going to mix it up on him. He's going to be first.
He is.
Then he's going to stop. He's going to look for counters. He's going to be first again. See? He's going to mix it up on him. This is a hell of a fight. And Terence Crawford, the fact that he can switch, southpaw orthodox, he's a switch hitter, that is a fucking problem for Errol Spence, man. If you had to say which fighter was more one-dimensional between Errol Spence and Terence, now I'm not calling either of these fighters one-dimensional. I'm saying if you had to say which fighter is more one-dimensional between Errol Spence and Terence, it's Errol Spence. Terence Crawford has many more tools in his bag than Errol Spence does, y'all. Many more. Who's the smarter fighter? That's a toss-up. But I go with Terence Crawford.
Yeah, I slightly edge Terence.
See what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go too far into this. But I will submit Terence Crawford is going to do exactly the things that Yordenis Ugas should have done. Now, whether Errol Spence wins or not, I ain't making a prediction yet. But I'm just saying, Terence Crawford does exactly what I'm saying Ugas should have done. That's all I'm saying. And he's a better puncher, and he's a much smarter fighter than Ugas, man. It's a hell of a fight, dog.
Well, since you're on Terence Crawford, since you just gotta go there, I can't have you do that and stop. The next fight, let me say this. Props to Errol Spence. And, you know, sometimes you can't satisfy boxing fans. First it was Earl not even saying Terrence's name. Now he says in there, he doesn't mean that. Like, you niggas make up your fucking mind. Make up your fucking mind.
Hey, they said that shit after he beat Danny Garcia, and they asked him, they said, hey, man, you know, what's next for you, Terence Crawford? He was like, man, I'm just going to go back to my farm, you know, get some chickens. When he said that, everybody's like, oh, look at him. He's scared. He don't want to fight. He didn't even mention him. Now he beats Ugas and says, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt. Oh, he doesn't mean that. He's lying. What the fuck? Boxing fans are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. I say it all the time. They're the dumbest group of motherfuckers on the planet, bruh. Boxing fans. By far.
I don't understand you motherfuckers. I don't understand you motherfuckers. Oh, he don't mean that. He just talking because, you know, Crawford got some shit going on. What does Crawford got going on right now?
Crawford ain't got nothing going on but signing that goddamn deal with PBC.
That's it.
What shit he got going on? The lawsuit? And nigga ain't worried about that. He about to sign this motherfucking contract. He's already out of the top rank contract. He about to sign a motherfucking contract with PBC. What you talking about?
You know, but at the end of the day, this fight right here should definitely be next. And I'm loving Errol Spence's energy. Hope he keeps it up, because this is on Errol Spence Instagram. This is Errol Spence. Nobody run Errol Spence. He got a picture of him with a shopping cart with the belts in it and Beautiful. The checklist, and Crawford's name is on there. Yep. Right? This motherfucker told Oscar De La Hoya, who should be ashamed of himself, by the way. Let me say, Oscar, if you are a fighter and you're thinking about Oscar, you need to be slapped across your face. You think about Oscar De La Hoya. He don't give a fuck about you. Oscar De La Hoya is out there trying to pimp a sick, ill Virgil Ortiz off on Earl's.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? This is my tap bitch right here. You know what I'm saying? Right here, dog. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I put it out there for a couple hundred. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that? No, nigga. Nobody worry about no damn Virgil Ortiz. Put him in there with Boots. Shit. Boots and Virgil, what? Aren't they like number 3 and number 2 WBO, or number 1 and number 2? By the WBO, I believe. Yep. Hell, nigga, put them two, nigga. I think Boots is like top 5 in all 4 of them motherfuckers. I got to look at that shit again.
No, he is. I think he's number 3 with the IBF, but you know, IBF don't have nobody ranked number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, so he's essentially the number 1 guy, right?
Yeah, so 3 and 4 is him and Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, I think both of them are ranked at the top 5 WBC. Boots and Ortiz, nigga. If Crawford and Spence happens, then Boots and Ortiz should happen. And now this is granted, Ortiz is you know, gets over his illness and he's 100%. I don't want him fighting Boots and he's 75%. No. He needs to get over his illness and he says he's 100%. Boots and Virgil Ortiz. I see no problem with that. This is the shit the UK does, man. If we were in the UK, Boots and Virgil Ortiz would have fought already. You see what I'm saying? They're going to put the two top contenders for that country in the ring with each other to see if they can fight on the world level, right? They would have already fought, or at least the fight would have already been talked about and negotiated. You see what I'm saying? That's the one thing I like about the UK. Their top fighters fight each other on that circuit. We don't do that shit over here. Ortiz and Boots need to be fighting for the next mandatory for the winner of fucking Crawford and Spence, man. That should, I don't put that on the goddamn undercard. That's a pay-per-view that'll sell like a motherfucker.
Agreed. But if I'm a fighter, I'm looking at Oscar De La Hoya do that. I'm like, man, fuck this dude. Man, this dude don't care about nobody. That's why Francisco Vargas got ran over by Jose Venezuela. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? This nigga used him up and spit him out. But anyway, he's staying the course of wanting to fight Terence Crawford. Now, that fight should be next. That is the fight we should most definitely get. But Prodigy, I got to tell you, man, I'm not confident the business of boxing is not going to try to rear its ugly head up, my nigga, and get in between this fight, man.
I'm confident. Let me tell you why, man. The stars are fucking aligning properly, nigga.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the one thing that we were always worried about was that other side of the street bullshit, right? That was the biggest thing we were worried about. Trying to get Top Rank and Al Heyman to get together, sit at a table. You know what I'm saying? Meet at a strip club. Shit, that'll get any nigga fucking, calm down and shit, right? You could talk any nigga into something at a strip club, put a big old ass in front of that motherfucker. He's like, hey man, can I borrow $200,000? Yeah, man, yeah. Anything you need. That's what they should have did, right? You know what I'm saying? Hey, can Terrence get 50-50? Yeah, man, yeah, hell yeah, nigga, yeah. Hell yeah, he get 50-50. Fuck it, man. Woo-wee, shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what they should have did. But that was the biggest thing, bro. We was worried about this other side of the street shit. Bob Arum having different plans for Terence Crawford, which for 2 years, a lot of people didn't understand that Bob Arum wanted Terence in the ring with Kell Brook. They tried to make that fight over and over and over again. Yeah, from 2018 until they fucking actually fought in 2020, I believe. So they've been trying to make that fight. You see what I'm saying? So 2 years was knocked off from a Crawford fight ever even being negotiated. See, he also wanted Amir Khan in there with him. See, Bob Arum had other plans. Also, on the PBC side, Errol Spence had other plans.
Yes, he did.
He had more opportunities to become closer to undisputed than Terence Crawford did. Why? Because dudes with the belts were in his stable. See what I'm saying? I can't blame Errol Spence and Al Heyman for looking at fucking Sean Porter. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't blame them for that. I can't blame them. They got Kell Brook and shit, but that was before all the Terence Crawford shit came. But I can't blame them for looking at Danny Garcia, right? Danny Garcia is a top name in the division. That's a top name on your resume. You get more money on top of that, and you get more of the leverage in negotiations, future negotiations, I should say, with Terence Crawford, because you have a better resume than him. Not only are you the only unified champion in the division, but you also have a better resume than the only other belt holder at that time, right? Yep. Then Yordenis Ugas gets the belt. Well, you go fight Yordenis Ugas. He's with PBC. Now you get 3 belts, and you get more leverage and negotiation again against the only other champion in fucking Terence Crawford, because your resume is better.
Yep.
So I can't fault Errol Spence and Al Heyman and the rest of his team knocking down all the top welterweights at the PBC stable, especially when Terence Crawford doesn't have access to them. How can you get mad at that? The only one they didn't get was Keith Thurman. That's because the nigga ran. You see what I'm saying? He ran away. Couldn't get him. But they took out everybody else, all the other top names. You can't get mad at that business. If PBC didn't do that, I would be like, what the fuck?
Thank you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got Terence Crawford by the balls, man. Handle that business. So now that they negotiate, Errol Spence has much more leverage than Terence Crawford. Not only that, PBC is bringing him over to their fucking banner now. The leverage is off the chain at this point, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was the problem. That was the biggest issue. This other side of the street shit. Okay. Now that is no longer there, and Terence Crawford is already entertaining signing a deal with PBC. Hell, he probably already did it, Bo. They're just waiting on that information, waiting to announce it. He probably already did it. There was probably a stipulation where it was, if Errol Spence wins this fight against Ugas, Terence Crawford, you sign with us, we'll make that fight happen at the end of this year or beginning of next year. It's probably already on paper. They just haven't announced it yet. They do this all the time. Shit happens months before they announce some shit. That happens all the time. You see what I'm saying? Look at Terence Crawford's tweets. Oh, yeah, that fight is next. Basically, I'm translating, but he's like, yeah, the fight's going to be next. Yeah. About to fuck
keep my shit warm for me.
Even Bomac, we about to fuck this nigga up. Right? They've probably already signed. Just haven't released the information yet. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think this fight happens. On top of that, Errol has always said, he's always maintained this. And this is something that people just seem to forget because boxing fans are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. They seem to forget that Errol has always maintained, I will not move to 154 until I become undisputed.
Sure
Hell, Bo's interview with Derek James. Derek James reiterated that. That was the interview right before the Yordenis Ugas fight. He reiterated that. He said, and you can catch that interview right here on Prodigy of Boxing Talk. Anyway, he said, what has Errol always said? And Bo was like, he wants to become undisputed. Derek James was like, exactly. He's like, so when people ask, is this fight going to happen? I'm like, why are you still asking us that? He's trying to go for undisputed. When you look at that, let's say you believe Errol, you don't believe him. Let's say you don't believe him, right? At the end of the day, the chips have fallen where they should for him to come good on his statement.
Agreed.
He has 3 belts, there's 1 left. And he's out here publicly campaigning to fight Terence Crawford more than he ever has before.
Yes. Yeah, yes, he is.
Spence was always more quiet.
Yeah, he was.
Not saying too much. He'll say, yeah, we'll fight the nigga, He was always saying that. He was always saying, I want undisputed. But he was never out here campaigning as much as he's been campaigning over the last few fucking days, trying to get Terence Crawford into the ring. He's campaigning like a motherfucker out here.
Yes, he is.
So that tells you how serious he was when he said, hey, I'm going for undisputed. What's the saying? Save the best for last. There you go.
There you go.
All that needs to happen at this point is Terence Crawford needs to sign with PBC. He should do that any fucking way. If he wants to continue his career at welterweight or move up to 154, you sign to PBC. They own both fucking divisions, man. Or you do your own fucking thing where you don't, necessarily sign with PBC, but you get into a contract where you're working with them. You see what I'm saying? Okay. You're working with PBC on a fight-to-fight basis, right?
Right.
Either one. He's popular enough to do his own shit where he doesn't have to sign a 6-fight contract worth X amount of millions of dollars. He doesn't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, not that DAZN and Canelo shit.
Yeah, Terence Crawford's name is known. Even though the nigga can't sell tickets like that, he's still known. He's a pound-for-pound fighter. He's still known in the sport of boxing, okay? He doesn't get the ticket sales that a lot of people feel like he should, right? But people still watch him fight. So he doesn't need to sign with anybody. He can work with PBC on a fight-to-fight basis and be his own promoter. He can do that. He might be doing that right now. That might be the contract he signs. You see what I'm saying? Or the contract he's already signed. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all that needs to happen. Once that happens, once that information comes out, this fight is on. Actually, the information might come out at the same time, Bo. That's probably why they're waiting. They're going to say, Terence Crawford has signed a 2-fight deal with PBC. Will face Errol Spence fucking September 15th or whatever it is, right? September 15th, and there's a rematch clause. It's all going to be one headline.
Yeah.
I'm calling it now. Because when it happens, we're going to cut this motherfucking video and we play it on that podcast. Just saying, bro. I'm 100% confident this fight happens, man.
He said, I'm reading this dude comment right here. My bad. Nah, he does sell tickets, bro. You wrong about that. He just won.
I don't know what he's talking about. But everybody knows Terence Crawford doesn't bring in the same revenue that Errol Spence brings in. That's essentially what I'm saying, dude.
Right.
He doesn't bring in the same revenue as Errol Spence. And that's why I said, if you listen again, I said he may not sell the kind of tickets and pay-per-view, both of them, bro. He may not sell, let me just say this. He may not sell, Jesus Christ. He may not sell the way people feels like he should sell. Damn, nigga, you got to be like, you got to be like 100% on target with these niggas out here, bro. Hey, 2K. He sells tickets. Doesn't sell pay-per-views. Jesus Christ. The point is, he doesn't bring in the fucking revenue that Errol Spence brings in.
Yes, Jesus. Yes. And here's my concern. Because he doesn't bring in the same amount of revenue that Errol bring in. PBC wants this to be the biggest fight they can make. And I could see them pulling a Bob Arum where they say, hey, man, listen, we're going to put you in one fight before you get Errol to build your profile. Whether that one fight is Keith Thurman or that one fight is Danny Garcia. We're going to put you in a fight to try to boost your profile. If you put him in with Keith Thurman and you do what you do, this will boost your profile. Then we can do, so it'll be a 3-fight deal. You fight this fight right here, then you and Errol, then the rematch. And I can kind of see them doing that with him just to sort of build his profile to see if we can get more dollars out of, get more dollars out of this initial fight. But then I can also see your point. I can see a situation where they say, hey man, you and Errol's gonna fight. Then there'll be a rematch. Now there'll be the option of a 3rd fight if you motherfuckers fight and it's 1-1. Now here's the tiebreaker.
Right.
I can see them doing that because they're going to try to get as much as they can out of both Errol and Terence Crawford, because I know Crawford is talking about going 154, but I truly believe after the Errol Spence saga, Crawford to be 33, 34, almost 35. He's done. He's not going to 154. He's not going to 154. So if Crawford can be like, all right, listen, I can get 2-3 fights, $15 million a fight, bet. Let's make this happen. Yep. Because after this, y'all, I'm out of here. See what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, though, it is exciting.
It's happening, bro.
It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, I'm with you there. Like at any moment, don't be shocked if, like my man said, and when it happens, we're gonna chop the shit out of this motherfucking video.
Yep. It's happening, bro. Yeah, it's the fight's happening. There's nothing in between them right now. Nothing at all.
Nothing.
Like, and God forbid, and let me knock on some motherfucking wood over here. I ain't got no goddamn wood. I got
I do, nigga. I got all the wood you need.
Okay,
I'm knocking shit over, nigga.
My desk is made out of glass. I got glass all around this motherfucker.
Yeah, listen, I saw that motherfucker.
Listen, at the end of the day, bro, God forbid, the only thing that gets in the way of these niggas is an injury. That's it. An injury.
Yeah,
business ain't getting in the way. No. Top Rank's out of the fold. That's it. That's it. The boxing gods don't want this fight to happen. Is the only way this motherfucker doesn't happen. You know, they want to have a situation where we got an Aaron Pryor and Sugar Ray Leonard. You know, we got a Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis. You see what I'm saying? They want something like that. You know, we got a fucking Floyd Mayweather and Paul Williams, or Floyd Mayweather and Tim Bradley, or Floyd Mayweather and fucking what's that boy's name? Punk ass UK British motherfucker I can't stand. Prince Nassim Ahmed. Yeah, shit like that. You know, that's the only thing. You got an Andre Ward and Anthony Joshua. And that was actually stopped because of injury.
Yeah, it was his knee. His motherfucking knee.
Mm-hmm. So we'll see, dog. Hey, Boxing Hog 28. He said if they fight 3 times, that would be a modern day classic for real. That could elevate boxing back to a mainstream powerhouse that casuals would have to watch and support / buy. I agree 1,000,000% on that.
I agree with that.
And let me add to this. If they fought 3 times and it wasn't marred in controversy. You see what I'm saying? If there's a lot of controversy, like a nigga actually should have won the fight, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about no split decision, close fight. Those are dumb boxing fans. It's a robbery. Like, nigga, if it was a close fight, no such thing as a fucking robbery, dumbass. You know what I'm saying? If the fight could go either way, it wasn't a robbery. You know what I'm saying? Now, the judges' scorecards could have been a robbery, but at the end of the day, you know, if the fight was close and it could have gone either way, either man could have won. It's not a fucking robbery.
Not at all. Nowhere near.
Right. So, but if it's one-sided, a nigga gets his ass whooped and he ends up winning, that's when it could end up being a detriment to boxing. Yeah. People are gonna feel like it was fixed. See what I'm saying? So, but I agree. I don't see that. I don't see one person just getting demoralized in this fight. The shit beat out of them. If they fought 3 times, it would be 3 close-ass fights. If they fought 2 times or just 1 time, it would be close-ass fights, bro. 100%. And I agree with him. It would bring a lot of motherfuckers into boxing. 100.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And keep in mind, I say this all the time. This is this generation's Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns. But when you look at the fact that in the modern era, you can have two black fighters generate the amount of money these two boys can generate, right? That alone in itself makes this even more of an historical event to me. You got two in their prime, undefeated motherfucking guys that'll be fighting for undisputed 2, maybe 3 times. It don't get no better than that, man. So I'm hoping the business don't get in the way, because I'm with you with this right here. There's nothing in the way. Both these fighters seem to be full steam ahead on making this motherfucking fight. Hey, man, give it to us. Please, Al Heyman. If you don't do anything right according to what people say, do this right, nigga.
They can't ever say nothing on that man again, bro.
No.
If he does this, if he gets Terence Crawford on the PBC stable and makes this fight, I don't want to hear anybody saying anything ever again.
Nope. No.
About Al Heyman.
This is truly the biggest fight that could be made in boxing. Not that shit with Canelo Alvarez fighting some Gennady Golovkin. No.
Nah.
Oh, and just so you guys know, I'm not buying that fight.
I'll do you one better. If let's say, because he's gonna fight Bivol in May?
Yes.
So let's say Canelo Golovkin is in, I don't know, September, and so is Crawford and Spence. Guess what? Guess what happens, bro?
Canelo and Golovkin don't get covered.
Well, yeah, sure. You're absolutely right about that. But what's even greater than that, Canelo falls off that number 1 spot on the pound for pound list, bro. Just saying, bro. Just saying. The winner of that fight, number 1 on the 3 Kings top 10 list. Absolutely.
Especially if it's Crawford, because you'll be talking about an undisputed champion in 2 separate weight divisions, and his run. I'm gonna say something that might be controversial, and maybe you'll agree and maybe you won't. People always talk about Terence Crawford's run of undisputed 140. Canelo Alvarez run, you guys, undisputed 168 was not as strong as in my opinion. If you want to say that his stuff was that Terence Crawford was weak, Canelo Alvarez's run at 168 was not as strong. Number 1, he fought for a vacant title, correct? Then he fought an unproven Callum Smith, who we thought lost to John Ryder. Okay. Then he fought Billy Joe Saunders, and that would be the only reason why I would put him slightly over Terence Crawford is because of Billy Joe. That's it. Caleb Plant was unproven. He got his belt off a nigga that got his belt actually delivered to him by Amazon. That's the nigga Caleb Plant beat. Then bought 3 motherfuckers we don't know. And then when you look at Terence Crawford won his belt. Then he fought Victor Postal, somebody everybody felt chased Danny Garcia out the motherfucking division.
Yep.
Okay. Then you had Julius Ndongo, who beat Troy Vinoski, that everybody thought Crawford was scared of.
I even got the fucking comment on my page still saying, yeah, Crawford won't go near Eduard Troyanovsky. I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Then he beat Ricky Burns. So Ndongo beat 2 back-to-back champions.
Within 6 months, I believe.
Within 6 months of each other on two different continents.
Yep.
So the only reason why I would give Canelo's run slightly better is because of Billy Joe Saunders. That's really it. But that's really it. And it's not that big of a deal. But if he beats Errol Spence and he becomes undisputed against Errol fucking Spence, Errol Spence being undisputed and beating Errol Spence, even if Canelo Alvarez beat Johnny Bravo 2.0 or Joe Smith Jr., Errol Spence's name still outweighs them guys. I'm sorry. Terence Crawford, number 1.
I mean, a lot of people don't really understand too that Ricky Burns was a three division champion. But I digress. I digress on that. Doesn't really matter. Point is this. You know what I'm saying? Just look at Errol Spence's last 5 fights when you add Crawford to that fold. You know what I'm saying? The resume of his last 5 fights, and this is assuming a Crawford win because Crawford would be the 5th fight. You got Crawford, Ugas, Garcia, Sean Porter, and Mikey Garcia. Damn. That's way better than Canelo's last 5 resume, nigga. Way better. And then he would be undisputed. Canelo's was fucking. I don't need to look at Canelo's. You know what I'm saying? Here's a Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders, Callum Smith, fucking Abney Yildirim. And I think the one before that was Daniel Jacobs.
Yes,
Daniel
it was.
Jacobs
You're absolutely. Was it Daniel Jacobs?
I think
or
it
was it Rocky Fielding or Kovalev? One of them.
Or Kovalev. Might have been Kovalev.
Might have been Kovalev.
Those fucking 5 compared to Crawford, Ugas, Garcia, Porter, and Garcia, nah, bro. Not at all.
Don't add up.
You got some 3 division champions, nigga.
2 division, 2 times. 3 division, 2-time champ.
Undisputed on that motherfucker. Nigga, get out of here. Shit, Crawford is what, a 3-division champion and an undisputed, right? Yep. Ugas is a 1-division champion. You got Danny Garcia, who's a former unified 140 and 2-division fucking champion. You got Sean Porter, who's a 2-time champion at 147. You got Mikey Garcia, who I think is a 4-division champion. Nigga, please.
Hold on, wait a minute, dog. And let's not forget, 2 of those 5 were top pound-for-pound fighters.
Sure was.
If he beats Crawford, you got Crawford and Mikey Garcia.
Nigga, please. And all of them motherfuckers were in their prime. None of them washed up.
No, not one.
That shit would be, nigga, that's not even close. That's easy, bro.
Oh, nigga, they gonna be mad. They gonna be mad.
Hell yeah, they gonna be mad. I'm gonna say the same shit I just said on this fucking show when I do it. Nigga, if it's Terence Crawford, it's way over the top.
It's way over the top.
It's not even fucking close.
Hell no.
This nigga's a 2-time undisputed champion. Get the fuck out of here. Errol Spence's resume alone makes him number 1. Terence Crawford being a 2-time undisputed champion? Get the fuck out of here. Canelo about to make that drop, nigga. Better hope this fight don't get made. Or he better hope this shit is a draw, nigga. At the end of this shit. Motherfucker better hope it's a draw.
Better hope it's a draw.
I'm just saying, bro.
Hold on, wait a minute, dog. We're not even taking into account that what if Ugas fuck around? Not Ugas. Usyk fucks around and become undisputed.
Yeah. Again. 2-time undisputed champion. Yeah, dog. Absolutely.
And they get bumped down to number 3.
Number 3. Absolutely, bro.
Oh God.
Canelo, man, look, Canelo better stop bullshit, man.
Nigga, you better go get that Andrade here, Benavidez work, nigga.
For real, man.
If you want to maintain your spot.
Charlo, all them niggas, all 3 of them.
They gonna be mad. Hey, you fuckers! It was good to the end. I didn't think about that till you said it. If Errol Spence wins, you're talking 3 divisional champions, 2-time champions, 2 divisional former unified champion.
Dog.
Undisputed. Oh, dog. He checks all the boxes.
That's sad, bro.
That's for aces. This nigga checks all the boxes.
Right.
That's for aces, nigga.
Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Pound for pound fighters.
Exactly. Get him out of here, bro. Get him out of here, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Oh God.
Again, hopefully this fight happens. But if it happens, Canelo better hope this motherfucker's a draw. That's the only way he keeps that spot, nigga. That's the only way, bro.
All right, man. All right, as always, man, go to 3keysboxing.com for latest grades what's going on in the sport of boxing. And hey, man, go ahead, get it ready. You know what I'm about to hit him with. Hey, and if y'all feel some kind of way about what I said, guess what? I don't give a fuck. I'm proud of you. Take us out.
Word up. Y'all know what it is, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for your source of pure and adulterated boxing information. Hit us up on Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, right here on Facebook.com/3kingsboxing. Also hit us up on the YouTube channel, Prodigy Boxing Talk. Hit that subscribe button, man. Hit that notification bell so y'all can come in whenever we go live. We ain't got no set time. We just be going live and shit when we feel like going live. So y'all can be there. You hit that notification bell. Hopefully you get the notification. You know when to hit your motherfucking computers, your phones, whatever it is you got to listen in to 2K and Bo. And I'm just going to say, you know what I'm saying, shout out to my man's Chris Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him. One of my favorite followers, man. I want to send him a tribute, you know what I'm saying, before we get up out of here.
You have any idea what you've done? It's the only thing that beats in me.